the ArianeGroup presented their new space capsule, Susie, for freight and people. Since humanity began colonizing space, one of the biggest obstacles has been transporting vast amounts of freight and people to and from locations throughout the cosmos. This difficult work is now being taken on by organizations like ArianeGroup, thanks to new technology and advancements. Overall, Susie represents yet another step in making space travel more accessible and economical to everyone. We can only hope that other companies will follow suit and bring even more innovation and inventiveness to the space sector in the future. Do you want to learn more about the recently unveiled space capsule? Moreover, is it better than SpaceX? Then, finish watching this entire video. For 30 years, the ArianeGroup has worked in the space sector. The firm proudly presents Susie, the newest space capsule, after years of development and study. Susie is the first space capsule created with both cargo and people in mind. She is not only a technological marvel, but also stunning and very user-friendly, featuring components made by some of the top aerospace engineers in the industry, including engines and aerodynamic stabilizers. Watch the video below to learn more about the spacecraft and its benefits over SpaceX. It's unlike anything you've ever seen. Before we move on, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more content just like it. To quickly learn about new videos, click the bell button. Did you already do that? Let's get started. Since its founding as the first commercial space transportation company in the world in 1980, Ariane has dominated the launch services sector with several operational firsts and record-breaking flights. In its 40 years of existence, Ariane has launched more than 700 satellites. This accomplishment was made possible by Ariane's groundbreaking Small Spacecraft Mission Service, SSMS, which launched more than 50 nano and microsatellites into sun-synchronous orbits on the Vega proof of concept flight. 36 additional OneWeb constellation satellites are successfully launched by Ariane using a medium-lift Soyuz rocket from Russia's Vostochny Cosmodrome. The number of OneWeb spacecraft in orbit increased from 74 to 110 thanks to this collaborative mission with the company's StarSim affiliate. Additionally, it was the first commercial flight ever out of Vostochny Cosmodrome. With the successful launch of 36 additional constellation satellites for OneWeb, Ariane has orbited over 800 spacecraft since its inception. This flight, carried out by the company's subsidiary system from Vostochny Cosmodrome, used a Soyuz 2-1B launcher. Ariane's heavy lift launcher successfully lofts NASA's Webb Space Telescope in one of the most famous space research missions ever carried out by Ariane 5. Launching it on its journey to study the universe's origins, Webb is put on a highly accurate deep space trajectory by Ariane 5's extremely precise injection, which preserves the telescope's priceless onboard propellant for a longer lifespan of discoveries. About the new space capsule, the Susie from ArianeGroup is a reusable vessel created to fit the next rockets, one of which is being produced right now for Ariane. The European rocket launch industry behemoth Ariane unveiled a new upper stage for crewed or uncrewed flights in Earth orbit or even the Moon. Susie, Smart Upper Stage for Innovative Exploration, is the name of the upper stage that will be attached to the upcoming Ariane 64 rocket, which the manufacturer claims will mark the beginning of entirely reusable rockets in the ensuing years. ArianeGroup stated that a versatile, reusable, and modular spacecraft would best serve the needs of many clients as the space community strives for private space stations and moon trips. Susie would have a group of up to 5 astronauts and be equipped with a mission aborting device that may be activated at any time. ArianeGroup predicts that payload capacity will continue to rise as NASA and its partners work toward crewed Artemis program missions on the Moon in the ensuing decade. Payload capacity might adapt as needed for critical missions in space. Susie is completely reusable, so she would return to Earth for a safe landing and be used for new missions after missions. It is envisioned for several missions, such as building orbital infrastructure, clearing space debris, servicing satellites, and transporting supplies to humans on long-duration missions. This project is based entirely on the expertise already present at ArianeGroup and in the European business community. It's compatible with current and upcoming technological advancements in the field of space transportation and reuse. The comment was made by Marina Bernardini, the head of strategy and innovation at ArianeGroup. Susie will be able to employ a variety of launchers, including the future Ariane 6, which might launch as early as 2023, according to the company. Susie's 60-foot, 12-meter length, and 15-foot, 5-meter diameter were created to match the Ariane 6 rocket. The new European Space Transportation Solutions, NEST's, effort, which aims to construct launchers around standard building blocks to reduce cost and development, envisions reusable, modular launchers in the future, and Susie fits into that concept. Future missions would not go from point to point, but rather to space hubs and then to their destination, according to ArianeGroup, depending on the requirements of the operation. Susie was introduced at the International Astronautical Congress in Paris. About SpaceX. SpaceX is an aerospace company dedicated to the research and development of new technologies for use in space exploration. We are currently working on a project that will allow astronauts to survive in deep space for extended periods without returning to Earth periodically for refueling or resupply. Our goal is to make space travel affordable so that it becomes commonplace rather than something only wealthy nations can afford. We believe that the future of humanity depends on our ability to explore other planets and star systems, so we are working hard every day to make this dream a reality. SpaceX is an American aerospace manufacturer and space transport services corporation headquarters in Hawthorne, California. In addition to its regional offices in Houston, Texas, Chantilly, Virginia, and Washington, D.C., SpaceX added one in the Seattle area in 2014, where it's actively hiring software developers and engineers. The most cutting-edge rockets and spacecraft in the world are created, produced, and launched by SpaceX. Elon Musk established the business in 2002 to revolutionize space travel and ultimately bring about interplanetary life. In 2010, SpaceX made commercial spaceflight history by launching a spaceship into orbit and bringing it back to Earth without incident. When SpaceX's Dragon spacecraft successfully docked with the International Space Station in May 2012, a feat previously only performed by governments, it once again created history. In its first two official cargo resupply missions for NASA, Dragon successfully transported cargo to and from the space station in October 2012 and March 2013. A privately funded space transportation business is called SpaceX. With just private funding, it created its first launch vehicle called Falcon 1, as well as 3 rocket engines: Merlin, Kestrel, and Draco. A portion of the development funds for the Falcon 9 launch vehicle, which makes use of a modified Merlin rocket engine, was provided by SpaceX through a contract with the US government. With the help of private funding, SpaceX is creating the Falcon Heavy launch vehicle, the Raptor methane-fueled rocket engine, and several reusable launch vehicle technologies. Several historical firsts have brought SpaceX to the attention of the entire globe. It was the first private business to successfully return a spacecraft from low Earth orbit in December 2010, making it the only one to do so. The firm made history when its Dragon spacecraft successfully transported cargo to and from the International Space Station in May 2012. Until then, only governments could complete such a difficult task. Since then, Dragon has made numerous cargo deliveries to and from the space station, supplying NASA with regular resupply trips. A significant step toward complete and quick rocket reusability was made in 2017 with SpaceX completing the first orbital-class rocket flight. Which one is better, or worse, Space Capsule by ArianeGroup or SpaceX? ArianeGroup's space capsules are better than SpaceX's because they are safer and more durable. SpaceX has had some major failures with their space capsules, which have led to fatalities among their employees. ArianeGroup has not had any major failures like this, which shows that its products are safer and more durable than SpaceX's. ArianeGroup also has a long track record of success than SpaceX. It would make sense for an astronaut to choose a company with more experience over the newer one on the scene. If something goes wrong in space, there is no second chance. You must be sure that your equipment will hold up under pressure. Is it a real competition for Elon Musk's plans? ArianeGroup's space capsules do not threaten Elon Musk's plans. ArianeGroup has been in the space industry for decades, but they have always played second fiddle to SpaceX regarding innovation and cost efficiency. Their latest endeavor, Space Capsules, is no different. At the same time, they may be cheaper than other options on the market today, but they do not have anything that makes them worth choosing over SpaceX or any other competitor out there. SpaceX is an incredibly lucrative market with lots of room for growth. If ArianeGroup wants to stay relevant, they need to innovate quickly or risk getting left behind by companies like SpaceX, who already have their eyes set on bigger goals than just sending people into orbit around Earth. Furthermore, the ArianeGroup space capsule is expensive and has limited range. It cannot travel as far as or as fast as Musk's rockets. The ArianeGroup space capsule does not have enough room for people or cargo. It would be difficult to fit all the supplies needed for a long journey into its compact frame. The ArianeGroup space capsule does not have enough oxygen or other vital supplies. It would be dangerous to send people into space in this vehicle without first making significant modifications to ensure their safety. In addition, the ArianeGroup space capsule has not been tested extensively enough to ensure its reliability. There is no guarantee that it will not fail during flight or cause other problems that endanger those on board or damage valuable equipment. Finally, the ArianeGroup space capsule does not offer many entertainment options. Astronauts would easily get bored due to the lack of available activities in such a small area over a long period, upwards of months. Susie is the latest addition to our line of space-worthy vessels designed for maximum comfort during long journeys. She's equipped with all the latest technologies so you can stay connected with your loved ones back on Earth. Moreover, because the ArianeGroup makes her, you can trust that she is safe and durable. We have come to the end of today's video. Do not forget to click the bell button to receive notifications when new videos are posted. Till the next video, bye for the moment.